Welcome back to the Engineered Angler. This is going to be a quick tip on silicone lure mold making and one major mistake that you could make that will ruin a mold. So if you're making molds for your lures from silicone rubber, you're doing what most all lure makers do, and it's a real easy process. The molds tend to be real flexible, easy to use, and long lasting. It's a great option to make molds. Here's what you could run into. When you change producers or manufacturers, you'll see that the color changes. You can see here I've got at least 3, maybe 4 different manufacturers of the silicone. I experiment a lot, so that's one of those risks that I run. What you don't want to do is find yourself at the bottom of that jar of silicone with just enough for half a mold and then utilize a different manufacturer for the other half. Because what happens is these products have a certain amount of volatile solvents in them, and those solvents take a little time to off-gas, to evaporate out. And when they evaporate out, they change the dimension of the rubber itself, so it'll get shrunken. It'll shrink just a little bit, and you can see here what happened to this particular one. You can see how it's slightly curved in because the green part shrunk, and you can see the little gap right there and the little bit of a lip that's there. And I can still use this one. It's a little bit dicey to use because I end up with a pretty big seam and a little bit extra flash. It's still usable, but not really good. Here's another one that I did, and it's a shame because this one came out very nice. It's a part of a swim bait. It's a tail end, and I used you can see I used the 2 different types of silicone, and you can see dimensionally that this one is much smaller. And when I put them together, you can see how badly it's curved and what a huge difference in size there is there. And it's a shame because this is one of my magnetically closed molds, which kind of seal themselves. It works really well for small parts. And unfortunately, all that work is wasted because I used 2 different types of silicone rubber. So what can you do if you got some left over in the bottom? Well, you can use it on a 1-part mold and blend with the new stuff you bought, but you're going to have to know exactly how much of one you put in and how much of the other you put in, and then be sure that you put enough of the associated catalyst for each one, blend it, and then you can pour it in your 1-part mold. I wouldn't recommend it with 2-part mold. It's kind of too risky. Either way, the best practice is to just find a manufacturer that you like, that's cheap enough for you, or has the best quality that you found, and stick to it. That's the best way to go. Otherwise, when you swap completely. Well, thank you for watching, and if you're enjoying these quick tips, let me know, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll catch you on the next video.